Hi everybody's. Today I'm going to show you the game number 7 between Russian player Ian Nepomniachtchi and Chinese player Ding Liren. The game was again decided between both of the players and we got very interesting match from a far so many years ago away. The game started with e4. Russian player was white and Ding was black. And what was very interesting in this position is that black actually played e6. Ding almost never played this e6 in this kind of games. I mean, it's his first World Chess Championship, but anyways, his usual stuff he plays is e5, and I'm sure that his second consultant Richard Rapport showed him this kind of thing, and Nepo got very surprised about this. That was the thing. After e6, Nepo played d4, and we got standard French defense structure. Knight bd2. This is well known like a Tarrasch variation, where white is actually just trying to play very slowly and trying to get normal stuff out of this. And after that, black goes c5. After c5, the whole point is trying to break the center and eventually sometimes capture on either d4 or e4. It depends on the situation. Knight f3, and now we got c takes d4. Knight takes d4, knight f6, now capturing on d5, knight captures on d5. The whole point is that both of the knights are centralized, so both of the players are kind of having normal positions in those situations. After knight e5, white goes knight from 2 to f3, and now we got bishop e7. What was interesting in this position is that black could actually play one interesting move, bishop b4, in order to try to set up a trap. How? Well, because after bishop b4, if white goes c3, which would be disgusting, there's a nice move, knight c3. And after pawn takes c3, bishop takes c3, we got bishop d2, and black doesn't capture on a1, because after queen a1, white is going to have 4 pieces while black is going to have 2 pieces and the rook, but 4 pieces are stronger and this position would be completely better for white. Actually, black just captures on d4, and now after knight d4, queen d4, even though white is having bishop pair and slight activity, it's not enough compensation for those 2 pawns, and this position would be probably leading for win for black. So after bishop, so Ding just played bishop e7, which is pretty quiet move, normal move, and now we got bishop c4. It's important to mention that here bishop d3 is slightly better move. Why? Because after bishop d3, white is actually taking this long diagonal, and that's gonna be solid for white as well. That's a point. So we got bishop c4, and after bishop c4, knight c6, white takes, black takes, now we got castle. So this was a critical moment of the game because those 2 pawns get separated, and now even though they looks weak, it's actually a big question they are weak. There are 2 things. This might be weak, but this also might be sorry, but this also might be good for black because there are both benefits and negative things behind this position. So black got the open file, that's one benefit, but white can actually somehow target these pawns at some point. Also, a7 pawn might be considered as a small weaknesses. That's a thing. So after this situation, black castled, white played queen e2, and now we got bishop b7, where white actually played bishop d3. And that's the reason why I said that in this situation, instead of bishop c4, bishop d3 would be better. And now after knight c6, captures, castles, we would get queen e2, bishop b7, rook d1, and the thing would be that white would have the same position but with additional rook on d1, which would cause him the better position. So in the real game, what happened was now white played bishop d3, and still the point is that he's striking for this long diagonal, and black just played queen c7. And after queen c7, white just played queen e4. So the point after queen e4 is that white is threatening checkmate in one move. So after, let's say this is a threat. So normally black didn't allow that. So he played the move knight f6. Uh, let's stop here and look for a moment. Common move here would be g6, but probably he never wanted to play that because after bishop h7, and let's say he moves the rook, white got the move knight e5, and this looks like a very nice activity in the white's position. So I guess that's why he never played that option. Instead, at this situation, Ding played knight f6, which was a little bit surprising because he is going down with his knight, being a little bit passive. Probably his option was to not just make this pawn structure different and keep it going. So white now goes queen h4. This is very thematic. Why? Because now whenever black moves the knight, queen h7 mate is coming as well. So in this situation, black actually played c5. I forgot to mention earlier that bishop on b7 was just a little bit closed, and that he will after c5 get his activity going on. So after c5, white just played bishop f4, and the whole point, those bishops are looking scary. All of the white's pieces are looking so active. That's the thing. Actually, white doesn't have anything specific here. He has slight initiative, which is okay. So after queen b6, now you probably wonder, is white threatening, is black threatening queen b2? Actually, after 95, queen b2 it would be just a huge mistake because after rook b1, you would get both of the queen and the bishop hanging at one moment. So after queen c3, there will be just rook b7. So after 95, black just played rook from a to d8. And after rook from a to d8, white just played rook from a to e1, which is common. For example, if this would be a move, white got very interesting sacrifice, bishop h7, and after knight e7, queen e7. And now white is in a really good situation because now he's threatening to take on f7. But with this rook, this same thing is not possible because after queen e7, black would play knight f6, and there's no black would play pawn f6, and there is no queen f7. So queen almost gets trapped. It's a very big question about what is white gonna do here. It's not simple position. That's a point. So in the game we got rook from a to e1. Ding played g6, and now the difference is why I think right now he played g6, because right now he wants to come back with his knight in the game. He eventually can play knight h5, which is very interesting option. He can also come back to d5 where he was, but it's very optional for me that he wanted to play knight h5. So after this situation, white played bishop d5, trying to get all of the stuff in the position. And after bishop g5, black just played rook d4. And after rook d4, we got queen h3. So very peaceful move, queen h3, just gaining still the activity in this diagonal. And now black played queen c7. The threat is c4. And after that, this bishop would get punished, and at the same time, this knight would be in a very bad shape after that. So Nepo just played b3, not actually allowing any sort of c4 because white would just recapture, and we got knight h5, finally offering a trade of these bishops. But white doesn't actually accept that trade. He goes with very interesting option and very nice move f4. So the whole point is that he wanted to open up f file after capturing here. He would just open up f file, and some sort of the potential attacks would come up eventually. That would be the thing. Ding played bishop d6 in this position. He never wanted to let white open up the f file, and after this we got c3. The interesting fact here is that this rook looks trapped, but actually he isn't. Why he's not? Because black will just play knight f4, and this is a nice move. It gives black some sort of initiative. Actually, we'll see that black is sacrificing the material here, but after a couple of moves, what's going to happen is that black is going to have a very nice position because both of the bishops are very active, and he got one pawn and the bishop for the rook, which is materially down, slightly worse, but when it comes to the positional activity, he got everything he actually wanted from this situation. So black is already better. After that situation, we got rook d8. So black played rook d8, and now black has two bishops. It's very important to understand that two bishops, when they are together, are dangerous. So what white should do here is instantly try to, as faster as he can, trade those bishops, and that's what he did. He played bishop e4, the best move, and Ding took because let's say he played h5, there would be something like this, and black would be into troubles. I mean, black just lost the piece. That would be simply the thing. White is up a piece. So after this thing, we got bishop takes. Now this rook takes, and now rook d5, and then Nepo came back to h4, trying to reach the attack on h7. But Ding found very nice move, queen d6, and that move is not allowing rook h7, because after rook h7, simply rook d1. And now, what's the point here? Well, all of white's pieces are too stuck into the attack and into h file that both queen and the rook can't even help this rook and the king. That's a problem. And black raised the attack. And after, let's say, rook d1, there's queen d1, and after that there's very nice combination of queen d2 and bishop c3. And now queen e1 is just undefendable. The whole point is that this bishop is taking this long diagonal, and he's actually causing a lot of the problems for the white because there is no simple attack. That's a thing. So after rook h7, rook d1, king f2, there would be rook d3, very nice move, and after queen h4, bishop c3, and black would launch the second part of the attack because now he's threatening rook d2, bishop d4, queen d4, a lot of different stuff, and also white's king is just so awful. It looks so awful. So after this, all of this, white just played queen e3, and after queen e3, black just played h5, and now we got g3, trying just to close this diagonal. So white found the best option, and then Ding played bishop f6, attacking the rook, rook c4. The good thing behind this rook is that he is actually taking care about c5 pawn. It's not very easy for black to move this rook, by the way. So Ding played h4, absolutely the best move. And after g takes h4, it all would be great for black if he found one very nice option, bishop e5 with getting this diagonal, and now very nice situation that after all of this, black can actually raise the attack with those two pawns. And white is now in a trouble because even though white has two rooks for the bishop and the rook, it's not enough for a win. It's even here white is the one who is fighting to keep the equality in the position because the activity or no activity in the position. That's the thing. So after rook e2, after this situation, black never played that move and that move order. I told you he actually played rook d2, which is slight inaccuracy. Now we got rook e2. Well, the threat was queen h2, by the way. Here the threat was queen h2, so rook e2, and now black just played rook d3. Blunder. He should play rook d5 and chill here. After that, he would play bishop e5 and go on. Instead, he blundered. What he blundered? Well, the pawn. The free pawn, and now the problem started showing out for white, for black. C file is open. White's rooks are connected. White's rooks are activated. Queen is very active, and black got serious troubles. We got rook d1, king g2, and after queen d3, the game is totally over. Rook f2 is just determining the win. White is completely winning. Black is having an issues over the f-file. Black tried king g7, but after rook cf4, the game is completely over. It's fair to say that Ding, after move 29, so after move queen e3, just got into huge time trouble. He just got 1 minute till the last, in the next 11 moves, which is now explaining why Ding probably just blundered a lot of the stuff here. With just one inaccuracy, he started blundering all the way to the position, and now after rook c f4, after black played queen c3, bishop takes, rook f7, rook a7, black just resigned because the game is completely over due to everything in the position. Two rooks and 4 pawns, for 2 pawns and the rook and the bishop, the white is completely winning. So thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. Today we are going to have the continuation between those two players. The match is very exciting. It's gonna be interesting to see will Ding be able for a third time to actually equalize in a row after win lose win lose win and now lose, and after that he needs like a win. So thank you all for watching this video, and if you didn't subscribe, make sure you subscribe so you can follow up the rest of the World Chess Championship and get notifications, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.